Hello everyone, my name is Faraz and the topic I'm covering today is tourism destinations in Pakistan. The place I have chosen to discuss on is Hunza. Hunza is the most beautiful valley in the northern area of Pakistan. It is also known as heaven on earth. It covers almost 7,900 kilometers per square. It is independently ruled by the prince for the centuries. The literacy rate of Hunza is more than 95%. Current situation and facilities, hotel facilities. Despite of lack of hotels, because a lot of people go there, they offer you guest houses, which makes you feel like home on a very cheap rate. They give you premium services. The environment there are so peaceful and so fine. Some of famous hotels are Hotel Serena, Hunza Serena Inn. It is the greatest hotel in the central area of Hunza. It is a four-star hotel which give you four-star standards and services. Services like exclusive rates, seasonal barbecues, etc. Darbar Hunza Hotel. It is a three-star hotel which is very well known about their management, because the management there are very well trained and always ready to welcome you. Hunza View Hotel. It is a two-star hotel which give you standard services on a very cheap and will stay in your budget. Peacefulness. Peace is one of the main factor tourists like the most about Hunza. Hunza people are so peaceful, very friendly, and they are very rich and educated people. This is the reason it is always on the top of tourist places and points. Thousands of tourists go there every year. Uh, Something about their culture. Something very different in the culture makes them unique and stand out among other tourists, which is the lovely dance they have. During festivals, cultural events and services, religious practices on birth, marriages, and deaths make them different. Some of the major foods of the Hunza are chapshuro, daudo, chamus, mamto, sharbat, molida, garma, diram, mul, etc. And some of the famous fruits of Hunza are apricot, cherry, peach, apple, grapes, etc. All of them grow there. The fruit of Hunza are very tasty and special. When we talk about the fruit of Hunza, we cannot forget about apricot, because apricot of Hunza are very special, and the apricot trees are very beneficial for cancer patients. So that's all. Over to you. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Rubab and today I am going to discuss about the Hunza Valley. Hunza Valley is such a nice place and people want to visit over there. The Hunza Valley is the most visited valley for tourists in Pakistan. It is fairly tall land surrounded by beautiful mountains that are high and snow-capped. Some of the places of Hunza Valley, just like Rakaposhi and Karimabad, Atlit Fort, and Baltit Fort, and some other places of Hunza Valley are the most attractive places, and they provide different facilities, just like different hotels and buses facilities, airline terminals, internet facilities, models, and some other different types of facilities are provided. The opportunities of Hunza Valley. I will explain that how worse could be the situation in future of Hunza. They should empower local people to help them to develop this place by getting into different hoteling businesses and provide education system, so that they don't fail to migrate and get awareness to settle in this place and develop their own land. How to target audience. The target market of Hunza Valley can be the tourists inside and outside of Pakistan. Hunza Valley is such a beautiful place, and they can attract customer by giving them good packages to stay over there. The more time tourists stay, their profit they can earn by them. Hunza Valley is a valley which is most visited by the tourists every year.
My name is Samur Sohail, and I'll tell you about the strengths and weaknesses of Hunza and also do a pest analysis. So, starting with the strengths, the people of Hunza uh, have an astonishing literacy rate of 95%. They also are a very open, free-thinking society, which I think is a very plus point for tourism in Pakistan, and also it will attract many foreigners here. The second point is the iconic Pasu cones, which are located in the village of Pasu in Hunza. They are very breathtaking to look at, even though I haven't been there myself, but they are really beautiful. And also, they have a really uncanny resemblance to the mountains of Mordor from the epic Peter Jackson's trilogy of Lord of the Rings. The third point is that traveling to Hunza is quite easier because the roads are really well made. Even inside the valley, the roads are really well made, and it's really easy to travel there. The fourth point is another iconic place, the fort of Baltet, which was a fort previously for the it was a seat for the Hunza kingdom before, but now it's turned into a museum, and it's also one of the most popular destinations in Hunza. The last point is it's a very well developed valley. It's not overly commercialized, hopefully not, but it's not overly commercialized like Murray, but it has a really good amount of resorts and hotels, and obviously breathtaking scenery. The coming to the weaknesses, well, the main weakness I found was there's no such marketing done there for Hunza. Even for me, I haven't heard about Hunza. I think last 2019. After before that, I haven't even heard about Hunza. So the marketing needs to be done for Hunza if it needs to be the go-to place in all of South Asia. The last weaknesses I could find that it could be more developed. It's slowly starting to be developed more, but I think that the technology aspect needs to be better there because they have many signal issues, which I'll talk about in my pest analysis. So coming to the pest analysis, which is the political, economical, social, and technological factors, starting with the political factors, Hunza is a state of its own. Like it's not like in any province like the Punjab province and the Sindh province. It's a state of its own, and I think that's a really good place to market. And the other is due to the literacy rate, I haven't found any violence when it compares to the crime and other issues. They are very low there. Coming to the economic factors, traveling to Hunza is not very expensive. If you're traveling from the capital to Hunza, it will cost you around 10 to 15,000, and staying in Hunza would also cost you around 7 to 8,000 per day. And Hunza is a very seasonal destination. Uh, it's very cold there in the winters, but the best time to go to Hunza would be around June, July, August, because that's the most warmest weather they have there. When it comes to the social factors is that the literacy rate is very high there, and it's 95%, which is the most here. Even in cities, it's very high there. There also, the people of Hunza are known for their longevity, which means they live very long lives, and they are also known for their very healthy lives. Uh, Lastly, coming to the technology factors, Hunza has a have a really big problem when it comes to signals there. Like jazz song 4G doesn't work there. They have their own northern areas have their own setup for telecommunication, which is the SCO, and they provide the signals, telecommunication and signals there. And that's it from me.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mehreen Sabre, and today the topic that I'm going to cover is threats on Hunza. So basically, as we all know, that Hunza is a beautiful valley, and people from all around the nation love to visit it. And there are some threats that can affect Hunza. One of them is security. From my point of view, security is one of the most important aspects in our life, and people love to visit those places which are safe. So, although the situation in Hunza is much better now and safe, but if we think from a future point of view, I think that the government should introduce or implement some kind of security measures to the place, so that the people that live over there and for the people that visit Hunza also feel safe. Apart from that, as we know that the government investment in infrastructure, education, health sector is not is very less in Hunza. So I think that although the big projects bring attract more customers and tourists, but I think destroys the natural beauty of the valley, and one of the main threats to Hunza is also pollution. I think over pollution can affect the valley in a very negative way, and I think that the government should implement some kind of measures to protect the natural environment of the valley.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Saqib, and I'll be conclude this presentation with the 2 points which will include the future opportunities for Hunza and also the recommendations for Hunza. So the future, we all know that future of Hunza is very bright as far as the tourism point is concerned, and but there is a lot more to improve as well. So we all know that Hunza has the people of Hunza has all got the God gifted land already. So they really need to avail this opportunity to invest more on it, and help this place to grow more. Also, they really need to improve their weak points, as Temur already explained. Already explained, as there is some weak points in their infrastructure as well, where their roads are not so very good to for commute to the places where people usually want to visit. Their main lacks, and many things like this. Also, they need to work on their power facilities as well. That we heard that there's something lacking in their power supply. That almost six they don't have even the power. They have a power shortage of 16 hours till 16 hours within 24 hours. So there's a lot more to improve in this in this area as well. So this need to be put towards put in front. I would rather say to the local government or provincial government, so to look into this issue and resolve it in a proper way, so that the tourists may not face any issues in this area. So this one point I would like to mention is very important, that peace is the one factor that catches a lot more tourists toward Hunza. So they really need to maintain this peace in this land, as compared to the other visiting areas. I would like to say the tourist areas in Pakistan, where people are not feel very safe, and really don't want to go with family and or friends as well. So this area, they really need to work on this and to maintain this peace of this land as well. um, the in recommendation there is nothing more, but I would like to add one thing that we heard every year that by the local of Hunza, that the tourists usually visit Hunza. They create a lot of mess over there, and mess in a sense, like they throw garbage in the lake sides and all that. So this ultimately demolish the natural beauty of Hunza and their valleys as well. So they don't want to do this. So I would recommend this, that keep in mind the nurture of Pakistani community. So they don't care about these things, but they should care. But the Hunza's people should care about these people, and they really need to enforce some laws to ensure to keep their environment clean, and to work on this issue, so that law can prevent anything, and the people as well. So they should enforce some laws regarding this issue, so that people can stop creating this mess around this beautiful city and this beautiful piece of heaven, I would like to say. Thank you. This is from my side. Allah Hafiz.